Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Most of you guys do not know, but I am Muslim and my partner, he is not. He is Hindu. When a Muslim and a Hindu fell in love, we did not think much about our differences. People who are in love don't really think much about this. 4 years later, here we are, still in love. In this video, I'm gonna talk about 7 tips to make your interfaith relationship work. And let me just point that out that this is my personal belief. So if you do not like this video because it's gonna talk about religion, you can click away. Now that this has been said, let's get right into the video. The very first thing that I would suggest is to not ask your partner to convert or deconvert. This is how I see it. It makes no sense to ask someone to change their religion for you. Let's take myself as an example. I fell in love with a Hindu. Maybe if at that point my partner was not a Hindu, maybe I would have never liked him. As I said, everything happens for a reason. So him being a Hindu must be a good thing, and me being a Muslim must be a good thing to the relationship. Because if interfaith relationships were not to happen, well, God would not have sent the person into your life. And trust me guys, you're not going to win a trophy if you force a person to come to your side. Number 2, I would say to discuss your beliefs early on in the relationship. Well, I'm not saying to discuss about it on the first date. But if you think you're going to have a serious relationship with a person, you should definitely ask those questions. Because you're not going to wait to have a baby and then discuss if you're going to baptize it or circumcise it. And the earlier you put out your differences, the easier it's gonna be to navigate through these differences in your long-term relationship. Number 3 is to figure out how you're going to deal with your religious differences. For example, what will we tell our kids about our different religions? That is, am I going to teach my kids about Islam or about Hinduism, Ganesh, or about Prophet Muhammad? Figure those things out before you reach a point where you have to make a decision. Number 4 is actually to figure out where you guys overlap. So for example, me being Muslim and him being a Hindu, both of us do not have Christmas in our religions. So we made Christmas a tradition of our own, and we exchange gifts and even decorate a Christmas tree. Because both of us love Christmas, the atmosphere, the celebration, even if it's not included in our religion. Number 5 is to learn how to disagree in a respectful way. In my personal relationship, we know how to disagree in a respectful way. This was never an issue for us because despite that Hinduism and Islam are two very different concepts, we see it as storytelling times. So he's gonna be telling me stories about Ganesh and I'm gonna be telling him stories about the prophets, and we just see it as stories. That's how we view it. Number 6 is to learn your partner's worldview. What I mean by that is not just to stick them to a label. I'm saying this from personal experience. Being a Muslim can mean different things to different Muslims. It does not mean the same concept. So when your partner tells you she or he is from a different religion, ask them their own opinions on life, on death. Do not hold your partner to what their faith tells them to believe. or what you think their faith tells them to believe. Instead, just ask them what they believe in. And like I said, do not associate them with a label. Number 7, which is the last one, is to support your partner when other people criticize their beliefs, and mostly when family members criticize them. One of the first things that I notice when I tell Muslim peoples, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, I can see the change of their face or the looks that they give me when I tell them that my fiancé is non-Muslim and he's a Hindu. It's like each time I have to tell the story of how I think he's a good man, despite that he is Hindu and I'm Muslim. I have to explain myself how I do not think that religion matters. I have to explain myself how I do not believe everything that goes with the Quran. And believe me when I say that your partner must be the first one to step up, to take your side, and to defend you when people criticize your beliefs. So these are the 7 tips that I can think of that will make your interfaith relationship work. I know it's complicated and it's hard, but trust me, it's definitely worth it when you have the right person. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Hasta luego. Bye bye.